On the other side of this RV here, there is a huge slide out that opens up the space in here so much, making this one of the most popular floor plan layouts of any Class C motorhome ever made. Let's go take a look. Welcome back to another video, y'all. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at Blue Compass RV today in Dallas, Texas, taking a look at this Thor Geneva 24 VT. Now, you'll be able to see the floor plan layout and the specs on the screen. And with this massive slide out on the opposing side of this motorhome, you get so much interior space. Now, Thor Geneva is not the only brand that makes this floor plan layout. In fact, almost every single Class C motorhome manufacturer will make some variation of this. However, this Thor Geneva is right at about $90,000 brand new for a 2024, which I think is a really good deal for somebody looking for a motorhome to travel around in. Now this here, it is on the Ford chassis. It does also have an option for a Chevy chassis, but I haven't seen too many come in with a Chevy chassis. It's pretty normal to see it on the Ford chassis. And with this chassis here, it has a, let me find the exact specs on this, what we're looking at. There we go. It is a 7.3 liter V8 engine, 325 horsepower, 450 feet-pounds of torque. The Chevy chassis would be a 6.6 liter V8 with a 401 horsepower, 464 feet-pounds of torque. It has an 8,000 pound hitch on the back. And then we'll look at some of the other stuff. It does have a smooth tech suspension system on here, and we'll look at some of the other things as we go around. But all in all, let me take you over to the non-campsite, and you can see this massive slide out here. Using a Schwintek slide mechanism, have a slide topper already installed on top of the slide out. This is what is really going to open up the space inside of this motorhome. Plus, this is not a very long motorhome by any means, so very easy to travel around in. And this is something that, again, is a very preferred style for people looking to travel. Now, when you go down the road, this whole slide out will be pushed in, so it won't be sticking out when you're traveling down the road. So as we walk back around to your campsite, you have your awning down the whole campsite here, LED light strip underneath that awning as well. And we're gonna step inside and show you the inside first. So when we walk inside this 24 VT, again, if you are interested too in this RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description of my video, whether you wanna see information on this specific RV or if you're just ready to start shopping for your next RV, whether it's new or pre-owned. We're here at Blue Compass today, and Blue Compass has over 100 different locations in 33 different states. So you can find all of the most up-to-date pricing information and available inventory to start shopping for there with that link down below. But these Geneva 24 VTs go for right around $90,000 brand new, and is a really good deal. Now, right when we walked in, let me kick my shoes off real quick. And you have battery disconnect switches here. Looks like, what else is underneath here? So you have retractable jacks there. So love that. You have a stabilizer system built on here. Auto gen start right there. There is a generator on this motorhome. You have your solar charge controller, light switches, and outlets. You have flip up countertop space for the kitchen space, but we're going to come back to that here in a minute. Starting with your driver's cab area, because this is a Class C motorhome, you have the bed up over the driver's cab area. So this is a great option for a family even. Although there's no, traditional bunk beds, there is this bed, I almost said sofa. There's this bed over the driver's cab where you just pull this back, and these are two independent cushions. So push that into space here, and now you have essentially like a queen size bed up here. In addition to that, I wonder if there's any other, oh yeah, storage up underneath there. This is like a padded cover for that storage. Cup holders up there. You have pleated shades on your windows on this motorhome. And then you have USB ports right here. It does come with a retractable ladder we'll see in the closet to get up and down from here. And then this looks to be, I didn't get the exact dimensions on this TV, but this looks like it's a pretty big TV. See how it swivels around here. It's probably about a 45 to 48 inch screen TV. I don't know if it's quite a 50 inch. It might be, but I don't think it's quite 50 inches. But sitting from your booth dinette, I can see it from right here. Obviously, if I'm sitting on that other booth dinette side, really easily can see it. And that's your TV space. Whoever's sleeping up in this loft, definitely getting the best TV in the house. Privacy curtain goes all the way across. You have two different parts here that will come together for that privacy curtain. So you can have your privacy up in that space if someone is using that as a sleeping area. Obviously, we saw the TV whips around. You have a vent fan up in the, not a vent fan, sorry, a vent, no fan in this area. AC ducted up above here so you can also stay cool at night, and that has nice strong airflow coming out of those vents as the AC is currently on. Also with the AC, it is a Coleman Mach AC, so it's very quiet. It is on full blast right now, and you likely can't hear it whatsoever. I also don't feel any need to speak any louder than I normally would for you to hear me, as it's not loud. Because it is a Ford Transit chassis, it has a pretty standard look up here, nothing too crazy. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this center display. Standard gauges here, and it does also have all your cruise control settings, and these chairs here are not going to swivel. So they're going to stay just in place. They are cloth seats. I kind of like the cloth as it's not going to, you know, have the same sort of heat and cool feelings, like especially how leather gets hot. And a lot of times these cloth seats are actually a little bit more comfortable than leather seats as far as how cushiony they feel. This middle console, lots of storage there, and this does also pop out. If you want to take this whole thing out, you can. And then up here you have storage space here for your passenger. Also a plug back in there in that corner. Storage space in the door. You can see when I pop this open, a couple different spots here to store some things. Have a little tray area right here, and a little spot here with some actually kind of deep storage spot for some coins, USB port, USB and USB Type-C connection there, and other door will be the same. Also looks like you have some different Velcro spots here, probably for a privacy curtain to, you know, give you more privacy from this space. That way people can't see in through those windows at night. Then as we turn this way, this is where your slide out is. So your slide out actually goes all the way from the back wall there, all the way across. So that really opens up the floor space in this motorhome. Now there's other motorhomes in this size range without slide out. So if you don't want a slide out to deal with, Thor Geneva does have those options, but this one here giving you tremendously more floor space because of the slide out. You have your dining table. I love that it's a legless dinette table, so you don't have to worry about hitting legs going in and out of there. This will also drop down to make into a bed, so you have another sleeping space here. Seat belts on both sides of this area, and it's also going to have storage underneath the dining table on both sides. There's a slight bit of a lip going up into that space. Windows along this side, again, pleated shades on your windows, and storage space up above here with exposed hinges on the outside on these cabinets. These do feel, those are like solid wood cabinet doors, so that's nice. Not wrapped cabinet doors. This table here is going to be like a wrap material here, so you can see down underneath there. It's basically just a decorative wrap piece that they put around here for that table. Outlets underneath the table, and it looks like that's it. You do have speakers underneath your cabinetry though, so your speakers will be right there. Kind of a cool spot to put the speakers. So when you're sitting in that space, we'll definitely get plenty of volume. Over your entry door, you have more storage there, plus plugs for your TV. You have controls here for black and gray tank heaters. So this does have heat pads on the water tanks. That's very nice. So you can travel with water in the water tanks and don't have to worry about them freezing. You also have your slide out controls and your tank level controls. Again, flip up countertop space right there for additional countertop space, as you're always a little bit limited with countertop space in motorhomes. Storage space underneath the sink. This will be a little flip down spot where you can store your remote or sponges, things like that, and pull out drawers. And they're using a standard kind of plywood style drawer construction. Pull out storage under here for pots and pans. Standard size RV oven, nothing too crazy there. And a 3-burner gas Furrion stove. Does have a vent fan that will vent out smells while you're cooking. Standard RV size microwave, not quite a residential size, and storage space up above there. Ceiling height in here is fantastic. I mean, it's probably about 7 feet tall, so no worries about ceiling height. Definitely feels very spacious. Through here you have adjustable cabinet heights in this space. Love the color of this faucet here. It's kind of like a charcoal stainless steel. There's a retractable faucet. Have a stainless steel sink, and I love that this is a nice big stainless steel single basin sink. That is a nice sink for a motorhome. I've seen plenty of motorhomes, even much more expensive ones, that have a much smaller sink. So that is a great sink that they're giving you there. Now, what's also great is all the storage you get. First of all, look at this space here. This is a huge amount of storage that you have in here. This goes all the way back, adjustable shelf back in there. You literally could sleep a small child in this space. You could lay down an infant with a bed there in this space. It is so big. So that is a really, really impressive space. Obviously not suggesting that you sleep an infant in the space, but then again, if you want to take the doors off here and make this a little crib area for your kid, I mean, you actually could. It's that big. You literally could put a bed back in this space and take that shelf out. I mean, this is a massive space that you have in here. Clothing rod so you can hang clothes. There's your retractable ladder to get up onto the bunk over the driver's cab. And then down here you have some pull-out shelves. And storage underneath here for a little trash can and just some shallow storage there. Turning around the other way, you have some more pantry storage right here. That is some great storage for a pantry in a motorhome. Really like that, deep shelving. And then you go back this way and you have a Dometic refrigerator. Pretty standard size 12-volt refrigerator and freezer. I wonder, looks like it opens just on one side, yeah. Going back into the bathroom. Not a bad looking bathroom back through here. Stainless steel sink in the bathroom space. Enough space for my hands. Got your medicine cabinet. Ceiling height in here is still consistent. We did have a little bit of a lip up into this space, so let's keep this in mind. We lose about maybe 4 inches of ceiling height stepping up on this lip. You can see that safety light right there too, so you don't forget it's there. You still might anyways. I know I likely would, being my clumsy self, but just know that that is there. This is a porcelain foot flush toilet, soft closed toilet seat. And so far, just going through this motorhome, I mean, things really feel pretty nice. I mean, it doesn't really feel bad in here. It doesn't feel like low quality. Let's turn the lights on in here. Don't need to turn on the ceiling fan though. Hook here, or a little spot here to hang a towel. You have AC ducted into the bathroom as well. You have your vent fan up in the bathroom, and then stepping into this shower. It's a plastic 2-piece shower. And when I step in here, ooh, ceiling height to here is probably only like 5'9", 5'10", but the skylight is huge. So in the skylight, on my tiptoes, my head doesn't even touch the skylight. So this is probably about 6'6" up into this space, I would guess. And you can see it's a pretty big skylight. So plenty of room in there. And then not a bad looking faucet. I'd have to hold this up over my head for me. And then with your shower curtain, you can see it's kind of on a radius style railing here. So that allows it to stick out more. It's a flexible material, so it won't, you know, get in your way. If you hit it, it's not going to hurt when you hit your elbow on it or anything like that. And not bad. You have a toilet paper roll there, outlet underneath here, and storage underneath the sink. So we come back this way. No heating ran through the flooring. It's all ran through the cabinetry with your furnace. Then you step back this way and you have your bed in this space. Now this bed, because it's in the slide out, when you close the slide, let's see what it does. Yeah, it's going to fold over itself. So you can see right here, there is folds underneath here. So you actually have to fold the bed over. And you can actually even see this part of the mattress is a little bit thicker than this part, as there is a base underneath there. So you can kind of see the whole layout of this space and how this bed is split in half. So what you'll do when you put this mattress, or you put this slide out in, more than likely is just fold it like that to put the slide in. Make sure I'm not missing anything else in this space. It's pretty cut forward in the bedroom area. You have TV here. You have light switch, AC controls there. And they use very cheap bedding on here. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I mean, this is the second time I've seen in this product where the bedding is ripped. So I don't even know why they do that. Honestly, they don't even have to put bedding in here at this price range, or I don't know. They could find something better than this though if they wanted to, but most people end up putting their own bedding in here anyway. So I don't know why they even decide to put bedding in there, other than maybe they think it shows better when they take pictures of it before someone buys it. I don't know. Lights underneath there, bedside table space with your window, storage up above the bed. That is all unobstructed throughout. And then on this side of the bed, you have outlets, USB ports. So all your plugs here. Even got a little step right there. So that's kind of interesting, getting in and out of the bed with that step. Let me know what you think about that. Nice big window along the back, see out into your campsite. And then you do have a spot for a TV. You can fit about a 32-inch screen TV. And honestly, y'all, this mattress is not bad. Actually, this is pretty comfy. I would definitely not feel like I need to replace this mattress, and I did not think that would be the case. So this is pretty nice. And if you're not happy with it, you could add a foam topper on top as well. But this is a pretty solid base that you're working with for a mattress. With the single AC in here, it is about, gosh, it's over 90 degrees here in Texas today. You can see back here where the thermostat is at, it's reading 91 degrees. However, it doesn't feel that bad. As long as you're in a space where the air is hitting you directly, it's not like, I come in here and I've stopped sweating after being outside. So it feels pretty good. You have so many vents in here where you can direct where the air is blowing. So if you're sitting in the dinette, direct the air that way. If you're sitting in the bed, direct the air that way. And as long as the air is blowing on you, it feels plenty comfortable in here. And that is just about everything on the inside, y'all. So let me know what you think about this camper, if it's something that you think you could see yourself camping in, or if you like the style layout for a motorhome. And again, if you're interested in this RV, it's about $90,000 as an average. And the link down below in the comments and description will help you find different dealerships across the country. This is a Blue Compass exclusive product. So Blue Compass has over 100 different stores in 33 different states where you can find a motorhome like this. So lots of different options. Now, as we step outside, again, you have your awning stretching over this entire campsite area. Hopefully stuff out here is unlocked. Storage space underneath here. You have your light underneath there as well. So just a little shallow storage space. Outlet here. This is to fill your freshwater tank. Storage space underneath here. Some more storage. Not too terribly big, but it is something. So multiple different spots for storage on your campsite, plus latches to hold these doors open. You can store your sewer hose in the rear bumper if you would like. It has an 8,000-pound hitch along the back, ladder to get up onto the roof. You have a backup camera already installed. Underneath here, it looks like this is big storage under there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even open this door yet. This is the first time I've opened it. Really strong hinges on that door, kind of holds this open at whatever position you leave it at. You have a shelf up in here, your 30 amp power cord. This is only a 30 amp unit, so don't have to worry about finding 50 amp to run everything. That's your storage space under there. All those storage areas also, they are water resistant. So if you do have any sort of like water in there, there's drains that you can open to drain the water out. Then we get up onto the roof. There is solar on the roof and your AC up here. Make sure you know if you own an RV, maybe you've never owned one before and you're thinking about getting one, the seals on that roof, it is your job to check those, make sure that they are not peeling or cracking or anything like that, which will happen over time. So be aware that is your responsibility to check on those things regularly. Storage space through here as well. Have a light there. And you have a slide topper on top of your slide out to protect that slide out from debris, protect it from the sun beaming down on top of it, and protect it from moisture getting up there and water building up on top of your slide out box. Underneath here, access to your propane. So your propane bottle will be there. And that door is locked, but you have your generator right here. It looks like it'll be a 4,000 watt generator that you have underneath there that will run this RV. And it has a tankless on-demand water heater with your outdoor shower, hot and cold water connection on this side. And that is pretty much everything, y'all. So let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you could see yourself camping in something like this, or what you think about just the idea of traveling in a motorhome versus a towable RV. That's all I got for y'all. If you're interested in this RV, again, links down below in the comments and description to find all the different locations you can find an RV like this. And until next time, live firmly unbound.